another weather glitch. And everyone, oh, it does. Oh, wow.
It's hello and welcome to the Global Racing League for our 12th round of the Championship Racing. For today's trip, we have a trip down to North America in the Autodromos Hermanos Rodriguez circuit for our Mexican Grand Prix. This track is a peculiar one, with it being 2,785 metres plus relay. The level of track is reduced, meaning you can run a higher downforce setup but still hit similar speeds as if you were in Monza. This flying track measures out about 4.3 kilometres long, 17 turns, 10 to the right and 7 to the left, T2 DRS zones. And to aid the overtaking, it is the third longest straight on our calendar. The drivers will be driving through S sections, straight lines, and also a new and improved stadium in turns 13, 14, 15. And whoever finishes first will definitely feel the noise from the crowd. And speaking of noise, there was a new race winner for GRL Tier 2 in Curly, who has been in the league for about the past year. Admin, steward, commentator, everything he is. Now he is a GRL winner who took his first win in Spielberg. So that is another accomplishment to add to his list. This is the Global Racing League. This is the Mexican qualifying. We are live for our qualifying session. And I'm joined by Alfie, who will now head us through the both driving and constructor standings.
Right then, hello everyone. Obviously after last week, Spielberg, Curly took his first win, and now I'm here to read out the Drivers' Championship and Constructors' Championship. So currently P1 6 points ahead of second is Plain Cookie with 107 points. P2 is Spandan with 101 points, 6 points behind Plain Cookie. Apex 97 points in the Aston Martin, 10 points behind Plain Cookie. Chartman in the Williams, 93 points, 14 points behind Plain Cookie. May in 5th, the 90 points, 17 points behind Plain Cookie. Curly, well, obviously, I would say he's about 6th because saying he's not, but he's currently 6th in the championship. 59 points, 48 points.
Okay, that's all the checks complete. We're ready to go.
We're P10 in the Aston Martin, 55 points for him, 52 points behind Plain Cookie. Yeah, I'm going to read out one more. P11, Ian, P11 in the hat, 45 points to his name. Behind Plain Cookie as well. And the Constructors' Championship, McLaren leading quite comfortably at the top of the Constructors' Championship after Spielberg, after they got their 1-2. They are currently on 208 points. Second place then is Aston Martin. They only really brought home 4 points last week. They're on 173 points. Mercedes, they're currently on 127 points. They're third. Alpine P4, they are 18 points, 90 points on leaders. Red Bull, P5, 117 points, 1 point behind 4th place of Alpine. Williams, P6 then, 93 points, 115 points on the top. So pretty marginal there. Haas then, P7, 89 points, 119 off the top. Alpine, they are 82 points to their name, 126 behind. Alfa Romeo, they have 48 points, 160 behind. Ferrari, last place in that season, 2 points behind P9, 162 behind Cloud.
Thank you for that. So our first session, or our first time of the session have come in. Ivy Whittle, who has got a bit of a supporter in the chat, so he is hoping for an Ivy Whittle win today in that Alfa Romeo with a 116.8, with Loki Dodd in the second place of last week, but is definitely beginning to look like a championship contender who has shown some immense pace of recent in that P3. I think this is his third race, and this is what he came first in Jeddah, and I think second in Austria. Am I correct with that?
Who, Arden?
No, Loki.
Yes, P2 for Loki.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant job from him. So the championship title for the drivers is definitely heating up, and it definitely feels like these drivers just don't want to win it. There's been chances where Plain Cookies had a lead in the earlier points of the season, then it was Spandon, then it was then Apex even had a 1 or 2 weeks in at the top. But there's a bit of a statistic in Tier 2 at the minute where this is our 12th round of racing. We have had 11 different winners so far in this division. So the only drivers I don't think have had a win this season are Whiffle, Deadly, Heffy's a new driver for today, so he's essentially doing his trial, so thank you Curly for bringing him in. Persbear,
Right,
has
let's have you
Chartman
in at
won
the
a
end of
race?
this lap, please.
No.
Ooh, the test of my knowledge. Has Alfie, do you know if Chartman's won a race yet?
I'll have a look now.
Yeah, definitely. This, oh, there we go. See, one anyway is just the facts, man. But this tier, Charlton has not won a race, but he's been consistently up there. This tier 2 division may not have the glitz and glamour, but it is providing a very, very entertaining tyre race. And at this point in the season, I cannot tell you a driver right now who I think is definitely going to win it.
Got that confirmed.
Right now, maybe it's True Loki God. I think he is still definitely in contention because Spandon and Plain Cookie, they're tripping over each other just to get to the final bit. And as well anyway said, his favourite stat, Wabby, has actually had the most wins this season. He was only here for the first 3 races, but he won in Hungary and he won in Monaco. And that is our highest race winnings of the season. Apart from that, every single driver has won a different circuit, which I think is an incredible stat. Unlike in Tier 1 where it's just Tom, which is great, obviously, Tom, no offence, but it is definitely good for our title race. We are just, 8 races to the end now. It's been the longest GRL season we've ever had. In your eyes, Alfie, who is your guy who can take this home?
What, the championship?
Yeah, let's say the championship. Well, I would hope so.
I said Spandon at the start of the season, didn't I?
Are you keeping your mind on that, or?
It's still close to call.
It is extremely close to call.
Obviously, we've had different race winners out of 12 that we've had, and I think it's still going to be Spandon. I can still see it coming. So.
Well, anyways, gonna agree with you. Chartman or May. Chartman is a very consistent driver. He may have not had a win, but it has been consistent top 4s, top 5s, podiums, seconds, whatever you want. Mac says Curly. A bit of a bold one, I must say, but no, Mac also, Alfie is with me today, not Ghostly. And also, I also saw a stat as well. Curly, his teammates have been very successful, so I think Curly must be this golden light that is bringing all the attention to McLaren. His 4 teammates have been Wabby, who won 2 races out of 3, Josh, who won 1 race out of 1, then it was MT Gaming Champ for a week, but he didn't win. And then he's got True Loki God, who is just smashing the competition. Curly has been very lucky with his teammates, but yet McLaren aren't winning in constructors, which I find very baffling. Oh no, they are winning now because of that 1-2. Never mind, I'm wrong.
Yeah, just quickly, Plain Cookie has just gone up to P4.
Yeah, I was following his on board.
Just behind Spandau. May, I think he's going to go for another lap. He's on the mediums, so that's pretty odd from the AlphaTauri. But I think his True Loki God has invalidated.
Yeah. Is there anyone you fancy as a race winner today?
I don't know.
I've been talking with True Loki God, and I must say, he is very confident. He's raced on a Wednesday and a Sunday on these past week, and he's won both Mexican Grand Prix. And I highly suspect it is going to be a third year. I think May will put up a good fight. He's in P2 with a set of mediums. That is an astonishing lap. But for me, I think Loki could easily take this. Just get pole, run away with it, no competition, easy race win. That's another 26 points up.
I think Whittle can put up a good fight as well. It's just whether he's got that consistency to keep up with him. You know, obviously you've got to follow the track limits as well. So he wants to keep penalties to a minimum tonight. So he's just got to see what he can do. Yeah, see if he can beat the McLarens, whether it's early or okay.
Obviously, despite all this, I think Whittle is still on pole position, so our first stint of runners, he is still in provisional pole.
Smashing that time as well. Mosquito currently on the lap. He's heading through the last sector now. So what the Ferrari can do.
Well, this first set, this little chicane has probably got to be the most peculiar, the most confusing section ever, because it used to be a baseball pitch. But for some reason they thought, why not, let's just turn it into a chicane. I mean, I love it, but it kind of does ruin the way the track works. Like, this track it's very wide, it's flowing, but I just feel like there's a lot of stop and starts, which kind of ruin it. But for me, the race winner is going to be the guy with the best setup. It's so crucial in this game, but for some reason on Mexico, it is just so crucial. Myself, on my setup, I hate it. It's terrible. I have no front end. I'm not quick. I can't fix it. So it is purely got to be on the setup. Persberg is going to come to the line, and P2 for the Red Bull. So a newish driver. This is probably his third or fourth race. Has been pretty consistent, to be fair to him. There's been a bit of a silly season almost, a 12th run silly season. So, Nilsi and Roxy, who were both of the Alpine drivers, have actually had the opportunity to move up to Tier 1 due to... Who's the Alpine driver? Oh yeah, because of Robin and Yash losing their seats. So Nilsi and Roxy are now not both in the Alpines, but they are both now into Tier 1. So we do have 2 open seats in Alpine that if anyone would wish to take, please get into contact with me and I can try and get you sorted out. Oh, Persberg is gone! Oh. I was following him that entire time. It is that dreaded curve. Turn 10, I think. It's the one where it's just right on the left-hander at the beginning of the F. You touch it. I spun there, Go Slow spun there. Well, anyway, spun there while leading a non-assist race. And now Persberg is one to join that competition. And I wouldn't be surprised if anyone else does the same. I'm just going to go on board with True Local. He's a 10.5 up on his time. Honestly, the first sector, the difference between medium and soft high isn't too drastic. It is still, was it 100 miles per hour turn? Yeah, don't worry about it anyway. I thought that's the first stream I've ever watched from you, and do you know what? It was great fun. But Loki got his managed that incredibly well. He's just coming up to our third sector line. He is just 7/10 up on his time. He is going to be very, very close to Ivy Whiffle coming through our stadium sections. Turn 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, and he handles it pretty well. This touches the curb on both times. One last right-hander to go, and he just has to keep it down to the floor, hug that wall. Is a provisional pole? No, it is not. A 117 for Loki, just 2 tenths off his off of Ivy Whittle.
I'll tell you what though, he went flat out through the S section. He went flat out.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. That's not even because of the full track either. That is just the good racing line, or a high downforce setup. Who knows? I've seen a lot of contrasting setups. The one I'm running at the minute is a 1014, but I was doing a bit of research yesterday, so I'm not actually intelligent enough to make my own setup, so I'm like, no, well anyway. And they were running a 2217, so what is better, the lower downforce or the higher downforce? I think on a racecraft, I would go for the lower downforce. But I think on a quali run, you would definitely want the high downforce setup. But there's the whole point of not being overtaken is just brilliant. And when is on 21.15, now this is why I think I'm not on the right setup. But I must be flying past you in a straight line, surely. I'm just not confident at all tonight.
Well, I'm running, well, obviously I'm not racing tonight, but if I was to race around next week, I'd run like 14.19.
Yeah, I think I'm running too low. I was watching Spandon, who did take the S's a bit wide, I saw, and he is actually down on his time by a tenth. For me, I would have bought this lap, Spandon. Get yourself in the pit lane, recharge your battery, get a new set of softs, and abandon this lap, if I were you.
I might have to cut a few corners there.
No, he's at the finish line. No, he's going to stick it out. And he's just lost 2 tenths. I'm not sure if that was the right decision at all. I definitely would have abandoned that lap. No, he's not. He's a hold off on his battery. Let's go on board with Plain Cookie, who is our net championship leader. Obviously, has had a very ropey season. In pre-season, he dominated Hungary. In the actual round 1 in Hungary, he dominated it but lost it due to a spin with a DNF. For Plain Cookie, it's been up and down. He struggled in Monaco. He struggled in Imola. He couldn't really make any inroads there, even though he generally thought he could fight his way throughout the pack. For Plain Cookie, it has just been very on and off. But on this occasion, he's a tenth up on his time. That would honestly push him up almost 4 or 5 positions, maybe. But Plain Cookie, if he wants this championship, he definitely needs to find that form where he can consistently push in the laps. There is a yellow flag just ahead of him, which is a Mercedes, which has to be Spandon. But Plain Cookie seems to be running that S section okay, but Spandon is pushing, I think, just to get to the finish line. Spandon, oh my god, that was close. Didn't lose him any time, but that was an unnecessary swivel back to the left side of the track. But Plain Cookie just finalising this lap. Let's see what he can set. The game didn't show me his second sector time, but he's not going to hug the line. And it is P2 for Plain Cookie. Just a tenth short of ID Whiffle. It's True Loki got on a time lap. He's about to start his time lap. I'm going to follow ID Whiffle. If you can stay on board with True Loki and keep me informed, that would be great. So Loki, Whiffle is just down on his battery. Just has 50% remaining. Main P2, yeah. Whiffle is down on his battery, so he only has about 50% at his disposal, so I'm not sure if he's really going to be able to get a chance to improve. Obviously, if Loki is improving, I will quickly jump over to him. There's been 2 finishes so far in Marshall and Savant in 12th and 10th place. Whiffle seemed to handle our first turns, or 3 turns at the start. 1/10 up. Whiffle is 400ths of a second down, so I'm going to go on board with Loki here. He is, because of what he's been messaging me, he knows that he can win this track. He's got good pace, consistent. Dave Mosquito has DNF or retired in the pit lane, sorry. He's just going to push it and keep it in 6th gear. He's got his foot down already. He's confident about that line. Second sector is a 10.5 up. This is going to be very tight with Ivy Whiffle. Let's have a quick look. Ivy Whiffle's not improving. This is make or break for True Lucky God. Can it be a second pole position for him in 3 races? He's going to hug the line. He's got plenty of battery to work with. It's been deployed. No, his battery has been deployed fully. P4, P3 for P3 for Plain Cookie. Charman P4. May has invalidated his lap, but I think it's going to be pole position for Ivy Whiffle.
And the rain just started coming down as well.
I was going to say, I think I just saw a bit of rain.
Yeah, rain is coming down.
Oh, what could that mean for the race then? Ooh, that is very
Myself off.
Maybe. There's only one way to find out. DRS has been disabled, so anyone on a lap who's not on a lap, so does not matter. Thoughts on having a clean start? It would be nice. But I'd watch yourself as well anyway. I'd watch yourself. I'm worried about you, turn 1 in Mexico. You're going to be behind me anyway, but Ivy Whiffle takes his first pole position of the season by just 0.08 of a second. It's marginal, but it's still a pretty good showing from the Alfa Romeo. Not sure if, well, anyway, do you remember my start in WTFM when I just went past you? That was a really good time. But Ivy Whiffle in the Alpha, first pole position of his Tier 2 career. Made it in P2, just trying to, he's just keeping tabs with Ivy Whiffle. Playing Cookie in P3, he is beating Spandon, that is all he has to do. Chartman keeping up with his consistent top 5s in P4. Loki in the McLaren in P5, which is probably a bit disappointing. Persbear in P6, though, good showing from the Bulls. Spandon P7, Deadly Escape in P8, Marshall P9, Heffy in P10, Curly P11, Savant P12, and then both the Aston Martins had quali bans, I believe.
Yeah, just looking how close it is. It's
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, 2/10 nearly. So hopefully we can have something like this in the race.
Yeah, totally.
Side by side. Yeah.
Oh wow. Really?
So has your opinion changed yet on our race? Oh,
Right.
Now this does throw a bit of a twist in the tail. There is rain in Mexico. I think I said in the WTFO stream, I don't think I've ever seen it rain in Mexico. But this isn't my prayers have been asked. This is my genuine worry for these drivers now. Wet in Mexico into that turn 1 is brutal. Well, let's see who hasn't used a wet setup and who has used a wet setup. I would not be surprised if I saw Loki cut the pack here. Because maybe, I think he was telling me his time trials were like 16... Oh, let me double check.
I think there will be like some sort of crossover as well toward the end of the race. I think.
Oh no, there definitely is. There is a bit of blue in the sky, so more than enough time. My best qualities are 16.8 according to Loki. So that's actually only 2/10 off his pole time, so maybe he is showing his real pace. But who knows? We're certainly quicker than me, so that's all that matters. Well, it's all what matters, but what matters to me. Maybe I'm getting outpaced by Tier 2 drivers.
No one has decided to ready up yet.
No, we should be let strategy take its time. So obviously, in GRL, we do run 2 tiers. This is our second tier. Our tier 1 stream is done at 8 PM, so just an hour and a half away from this, and it is on WTFL Curly's channel, or WTL Curly maybe, because Twitch doesn't allow you to put WTF. And that is at 8 o'clock, and that is our tier 1 season, which openly is not as entertaining as this. But nevertheless, it is definitely on at 8 o'clock. With just a few seconds left to go, we will get underway with our formation lap. But is this inters or wets, do you think? No, it shouldn't. I think it could be
Okay, so our
wets,
system checks are
maybe.
good. We
It depends how
stay in
greasy the
formation
track
and
is.
start bringing the car up
What?
to temperature, please. Get some
Well,
load into the tyres
they're
and
on
work the
dry.
brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of this lap.
What?
Is that what they were trying to change this whole time? Is that what the way it was for?
Look, is any driver? No driver is on the wet tyre. Wow. Now that confuses me. It is not inters, it is not wets, it is a mix of both the soft and the medium tyre. So normally on this track you would run a hard medium. The hard medium is the dominant strategy for some reason on this circuit. But a lot of these drivers are starting on going on the soft.
I think at the end of this, well, the end of next lap, obviously, this lap is the formation lap, so I think at the end of next lap, they'll go straight into pit lane, and straight intermediates.
Nah, no way.
This is so can't get into
The track doesn't look too greasy, but what we're not forgetting to do, Alfie, is a quick helmet check. I got a bit sidetracked, but then I realised the important bit, and this is not a good showing. Oh, Ivy Ripple for me, to be fair. I like that Ivy Ripple helmet. All Apexes. But Apexes looks like he's trying to be the new Joker. So I'm going to go with Ivy Ripple. I like that helmet.
Okay.
But it's best of the rest. But Chartman's is also quite nice. Don't like the Spider-Man vibe, I like it. Oh, Chartman, what is his... Oh my Chartman. Chartman was just given a few bird outs and he did hit Loki, so that is not a wish I didn't get a chance to see that. But that is unfortunate. Obviously nothing intentional, it just happens. But Loki will not be very happy.
Yeah, his tyres are going to be cold to the start. But in sector 3 you can see it's actually going wrong. It looks like
the rain is intensifying though. Now this is really confusing. Ivy Whiffle is struggling for grip. I think whoever's on the soft tyre is definitely on the better tyre. And I'll give you a grid start procedure, mate.
Okay. Just waiting for the drives to line up, obviously, and then we'll get started.
Spandon has gone very, very weird there. There's a few drivers spinning out, so they're all disqualifying. It's only rain, you can still park your car. And Spandon's rough, okay.
Okay. That's... I'm going to ride on an onboard instead, so it's easy to see what's... Right then, here we go then for the Mexico Grand Prix. We head through 5 red lights. It's night down away, we go through loads of goggles, it's right through already, but you can see Whipple get off to the perfect start there. As we can now head down straight into turn 1, very long straight. You can see Loki is on the back there. I can't see because this stupid camera angle. I think Loki has roasted. Okay, Whipple's trying to fight back anyway, and Whipple stays in P1, back in P2 anyway. Loki is roasted for some reason, but you can see Spranger making up a few places as well. Got a fantastic start there as well. And he's now up into P4, and you can see Herbside and May go side by side. And Herbside gets the move done. Really nice there. Spranger struggling for grip. All the drivers remain struggling for grip. And Chartman, there's lots of few places. Chartman gets caught up on the rear there of the Alphatore. And all drivers still in this one.
So no DNF to cover, which is also a very good start. Chartman does get a bit of a left cover. Oh, Loki's gone! I think he's a retire. I don't think he's crashed. I think he's just a retirement.
VSA.
Wow. Oh, look, Loki also did get that drive through. Obviously, that is technically his fault. But why was he ghosted?
Mate, I don't know. I've never seen that before. I've never seen it.
I have to completely agree with you. So it is a VSC. Ivy Whiffle did hold his own measure at that start. He's putting up a 1.8 second gap. Main has dropped down a few. Yeah, but it's definitely getting a lot heavier. Plain Cookie is not. I think Ivy Whiffle is the only guy who's going to pit. Is he going to the Inter? May is. Oh no, Ivy Whiffle's going to the Inter. If you can watch out that gap for me, to see if it is coming down or not. That is a very bold call. But remember the rule or the curse of the GRL. If it rains in Tier 2, it's going to be dry in Tier 1. If it's dry in Tier 2, it's going to rain in Tier 1. So at least we are going to have a dry race tonight, boys. Let's go. Ivy Whiffle is on a 7.2 back. But let's see if that gap does start to close at all. Maybe it is intermediate territory, but why are all the drivers starting on the slip?
I think they couldn't actually change. I've had to skip the border for their nose.
Nah, surely not.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
I had to do a 5 lap race. I decided to do a 5 lap race, and
We'll be seeing at least 20 minutes of light rain. Okay, dry seemed like the best tyre for now.
It's kind of way it was looking for.
Right, Curly, it's just on the back of Ramen here. The gap did close along quite a bit, but Ramen, that's a bit of an aggressive manoeuvre from Ramen, I must say. Curly is trying to get ahead, but Ramen is really struggling for grip here. He is really struggling for grip.
Nearly rear-ended there.
Yeah, Rahman is struggling to say the least. This should be the position for the McLaren. But Rahman just pulls away. Curly's going to have to go with something bold here. He's backed off on his battery. But is he going to try and send it down the inside? He's so much quicker, visibly quicker. Ivy Whittle has pulled out 4 seconds on that intermediate side. There's a yellow flag. That Chartman. Chartman has spun. Curly is still behind the Aston Martin. Nothing has come for it just yet. Persberg is now on the back of Spandon also. If you just keep an eye out on that Curly. Oh, Persberg almost loses it.
Confirmed.
He's getting a bit too trigger happy. If you just keep an eye on Curly for me, I'm just going to keep following Persberg. He has lost about a second, so actually, Apex is closing on Curly. Curly's been forced off track by the Aston Martin. He's an Aston Martin. Chaos sandwich. Can't he hold off? The rain is intensifying. Curly holding the inside. Curly, that is good driving. Apex is going to try and come back at him, but he does not have the pace to keep up.
Well, the Inters are actually closing the gap at the back.
The Inters are so much better. This should be the move for Ivy Whittle. He's gaining like mad. He's trying to push back up on his battery. Does not want to make a move just yet.
But the only problem is, what he was, and then Oliver lost his grip.
Yeah, obviously they must know more than us. That is my only argument for this. But Ivy Whittle does get the position. May also got the position onto his teammate. I think Rahman has found a bit of pace, and as there we go. The Inter's setting the fastest lap of our race. It is intermediate, and none of these drivers are taking the initiative to go in.
So are now on basically where the Spandon's looking for a lot to. That's very close. But,
yeah, I think he's like a bit of a snap had to. Yeah, Persberg is definitely good, but these intermediate runners are so much faster. It's ridiculous how much quicker they are.
Caution, caution.
Oh, Spandon's gone and he's broke his wing. That was not a tap. There was nothing there. That is a spin on that dreaded curb.
He's so inconsistent at the moment. He's in Mercedes.
He is struggling for form, and now he's got an Aston Martin right behind him. Apex is just going to have to be a bit patient here. Spandon's going to try better hold on, but Charvel is now overtaking of Apex, and he's getting perilously close to the Mercedes. Apex has been blocked off a bit by Spandon just holding his line quite nicely. Charvel's tries to go around the outside of our turn 14, our stadium section. He's just following. There's a spin at the back of his getting skater, but he saves it. Spandon will enter the pit lane here. So, what's his name? Chartman will get the hold on this pack. Curly's up into P5. Spandon has surely got to go onto the slip tyre. Ivy Whittle right on the back of Apex. Down to turn 1. There's probably one too many moves for Apex there. There's closing in a bit on the gap. There's going to be 3 there. Was almost 3 wide. Whittle tries to go around the outside of Aston Martin. Just cuts up behind Chartman. That is clean. That is precise. That is neat. And that is composed driving from Ivy Whittle. He's just on the back of Chartman now. He is cutting through this pack with great pace. But the track does seem to be drying up, and it is not raining anymore. And it is raining just a little bit. I think Ivy Whittle's probably hoping that this rain stays for a little bit longer. Maybe it was the wrong strategy call. It is a confusing situation. The rain dies off, then it comes back on and it dies. It's so confusing. But right now the Inters are definitely quicker. But who knows, in 3 lap time it may be completely different. Savant gets a 3-second penalty. We haven't talked about penalties. They are so crucial in Mexico. I did 3 laps of practice, I ended up with 9 seconds of penalties.
Whittle then, just on the rear of Charles.
Yeah, he's desperate to get by. This is really hindering his race. But he's going to get in here. There's so much more grip. There's a yellow flag, and that's Spandon again on the same curve. And he's lost his wing again. Oh, that's brutal. Chartman with the straight line speed. Curly's lost 2 positions. Ivy Whittle on the back of Chartman. Can he go down the inside? Yes, he can. Can he hold it? Chartman's on the rear left wheel. Chartman's going to hold it down the inside. We're just backs out. Whittle into P5.
They also losing the place now to May as they go side by side toward the end of the first sector. And you can see Curly straight on his feet, it's just not here. The Apex is going to get past Curly. What is going on? Where is the straight line?
Has Curly got a bit of damage, maybe? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, Apex has a big tank slap, but that's gifted a position back to Curly. Griffle is once again on the back of the car, and this time it is Ramen. He is just cutting his way through, right on the back. There is nothing the Aston Martin can do. The slick is not the tyre. And luckily, Griffle is on the right tyre. Ramen, that is probably one move too late. Griffle, can he send it down the inside? Did not brake late enough. Ramen, knowing his limits. Whipple, is this a part where he can go round the outside of the chicane? No, he can't. There's Whipple. There's a huge, I think, I have no clue what's happened there. I was on a terrible camera. Whipple back down to P7. Brutal.
Whipple got spun there, I think, going mad. Or Chartman even
I think it was Chartman.
Okay.
Mate, that tyre is quite fast.
You can see the Inters have an advantage here.
Well, absolutely, but Whipple is really struggling to make these moves stick. He is so much quicker. And oh, there's a lot of contact there. Pretty ambitious from Whipple, not really sure he was trying.
As it stands then, Plain Cookie's going to extend his championship lead.
If he is really going, and Spanner Spanner has been lapped by Plain Cookie. That sums up his race. Whipple once again on the back of Chartman. Whipple just needs to take his time. He has the pace, he has the tyre. He's definitely just rushing and forcing these moves a bit. There are parts of this track where you can take advantage but you cannot overtake. And turn 2 is one of those occasions. But going into turn 12, this is one of these occasions. Around the outside, going into turn 12, and he does force the track. That's probably going to be an illegal overtake, I think. Maybe, I'm not sure if he's going to have to give that position or not. But for now, Whipple is back into P6 with Ramen just ahead of him. But he's touching the gearbox of Ramen. He's actually touching it. And this is going to be a drag race to turn 1. A complete drag race. And Whipple is not winning that drag race. But Chartman is. Is this another 3 wide for Chartman? No, he just backs out a bit. But Whipple and Chartman again. Down the inside, there's a lot of... I'm not liking that send into turn 2. That's such a dangerous move. But into this turn, it's fine. Chartman once again on the back. 8th gear. Heavy braking into turn 4. He's going to get wheel to wheel. Thursday picks up a 3 second. Whipple, good awareness there. Chartman, no way through. May is starting to close the gap in onto Marshall as well.
Looks like it's clearing up a little bit.
It is clearing up, but to be honest, for May and Whipple, that is not really what they want to hear. Well, there's through the S's, it is just domination from these Inters. Whipple actually overtook Ramen before the turn, but Ramen knows his braking limits around here, but Whipple knows them better. Plain Cookie's into the pit lane. It is is that the medium? That is the Inter for Plain Cookie. He's seeing this pace and he's thinking, no, this is not the right tyre.
Well,
this is going to be close between Whipple and Plain Cookie actually. It's going to be very close. Can Whipple get it done? Plain Cookie? No, Cookie is miles ahead. But the temperature in Whipple's tyres are going to be much, much more desirable than in Plain Cookie's. Chartman is getting very close to Ramen again. He has been in this Aston Martin Southfield pictured on. Chartman once again sends it through to turn 2 and he just doesn't. It's a bit of a lack of space, but it's such an ambitious send. There's not a lot of time to react when doing that move. Not a lot of time at all. The Aston Martins are going to go at it now as well. Ramen breaks way too deep and that is easy for Apex.
Yeah, people just got to know their braking points at the moment. It seems like nobody knows
Check
where
your
to
MFD
brake.
for a new
I
strategy
mean, it
option.
is obviously due to the lack of practice, but I don't think
Okay,
sending
there's
it
been
into
an
turn
incident
2 is a
on
good
track
idea.
resulting in
There's a
loose
high
debris.
curve there.
Fortunately, the marshals
There's not a lot of
managed to
time
clear
to
it up in
react.
time, and the are so far no plans for a safety car.
Yeah,
There's
Chapman
a
was
new
fun and he's
strategy
lost his front
available on the
wing.
MFD.
And it's a VSC!
That's full course.
Oh yeah, sorry, So I saw the yellow icon, but I didn't say anything. Persberg has not decided to pit. Marshall is going to pit. Because May wants to be just holding back a bit just to see what the rest of the grid is doing. Hopefully, I'm really hoping the grid lets Spandau and lap himself. I'm really hoping this. Marshall is going to come in for the medium tyre. There's a lot of contrast in tyres here.
Well, he's got front wing change anyway. So.
Yeah, he's got a front wing anyway. Hopefully the guys can, if you're listening, please can we let Spandau through? That would be very, very kind of you all.
Well, it depends on the illegalness that the FIA decides.
And all Heffy picks up a drive-through, is speeding under the safety car. A lot of position changes here.
That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting.
At least cannot be given as well. But yeah.
Okay, one stop to go, just one stop left in this strategy.
I think Anthony further so on. But yeah, it's just not at the greatest of races today. Mate, he's got it up hand now because Blanford did overtaken Blanford did just before the safety car. Woodwall, I don't know, mate, will he get past Blanford? I don't think so actually.
There's a big contrast in tyres. That's the thing. There's some sticking to the slicks, some sticking to the engines. Obviously these guys know a lot more than we do. Does Spandau is attempting to unlap himself. Whiffle, if you are listening, you have to go fully off track or stop to try and unlap a car behind you. I really think we should make it a rule, but unfortunately it is not. Yeah, thank you, Whiffle. Thank you very much for that, Whiffle. Great sportsmanship. We never want to see a driver.
Okay, slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace.
Spandau's just gone back into the pit lane, so he's going to have to unlap himself again.
Wait.
Oh no! What? He teleported out of the pit lane.
What? Oh, Spandau's DC. Oh no. Got him.
What happened there?
So I was confused there. Yeah, I must admit that's great showing from Ivy. It's never a nice thing being lapped. Never a nice thing, but I think it should be a rule that you're allowed to unlap yourselves. In a league, it's meant to be fun. You don't want to be a minute and 30 seconds behind the first car. At least give you a chance to be at the back of the pack. Mind it is at the back of the pack, but at least you're trying to still contend. Never fun doing that. I was obviously had my fair share, but still can well anyway. That's all that matters to me. But it is our first safety car of today. 10 laps in, we've had one DNF and unfortunately Spandau has DC'd. Let me just see if he put anything in our lead. Nope, nothing. But as it is our first safety car, a lot of the drivers aren't going for the difference in tyres. Some going for the medium, some going for the slick. We have seen that slick, or seen that Inter has had a lot more pace, but for some reason, and it is a pure gamble from half the grid, sticking with the slick, half the grid going with the Inter. It is a pure gamble, but right now we're in a situation where either Marshall, who is the furthest driver on the slick, or May, who's winning on the Inter. It is just such a gamble, but normally in this situation, the slick is always going to win because it's going to be the better race tyre if it dries up, which I think it will. Spandau is back in the session. It is going to be a bit more challenging to unlap yourselves, obviously due to the queue starting to form. So I ask the tier 2 guys to, if you can, mind your gaps, spread out a bit, let Spandau attempt to unlap himself, but the queue is a bit packed up now, so there will be a lot of confusion. Because this game somehow isn't advanced enough just to let you do it automatically.
Yeah,
this game is great.
think this is what has got to be a new feature into the next F1.
No, it definitely should be.
Then that cars should be able to overtake the guys in front, especially if you're doing laps. So I think it's really off-putting to see cars standing up again.
The one thing that it's not a glitch, but the one thing I'm actually quite curious to see is, obviously that's if I'm still commentating by F1 23, hopefully I am, who knows, anything can happen, is you know in actual real F1 qualifying they have like the multiple, like you can have like Alonso, Leclerc, Sainz, Verstappen all on the bottom just showing the individual sector times. I want that. Instead of like gambling on one driver being on a good lap, I want to see 3 drivers I can say, you, and you, I want to see your lap times. Or see how they're doing, whether they're green or they're purple. Or see if they're improving or not. That's the one thing I would like to see. We're in 2023 now. I think the guys at EA, despite being the money grabbers they are, I think they can figure it out.
Well, it's an earlier release. Apparently it's going to be an earlier release as well.
Well, I think they need to be in this game has not been early.
I think it's still too early because...
I'd rather game come out early but not have any glitches.
Yeah, but you never know, the next game could be even worse. But anyway,
yeah, May has decided he's not really caught. He has caught May playing 50 off guard. But WTFL or WTL Curly is starting to close in a bit. There's been a few 5-second penalties for ignoring yellow flags, which is I think a bit of a cop out. Yeah, 4, there's a lot. Rob and Curly and Mosquito all picking up 5 seconds. Savant on 6, Parker on 3 and a drive through the Heavy. But apart from that, no position changes on the contracting cars. The rain is clearing up, but the track still has this great little shine to it, meaning it is still greasy. There's a few cars changing position. I think there's Chapman and Heavy just having a little tussle. And Chapman goes very close to the Aston Martin, but he's trying to overtake 2 cars at once. Chapman is just being a bit too ambitious here. Apex has lost a position to Curly. A bit of revenge for him. He is now in the middle of his Aston Martin sandwich. Drummond is starting to close on a bit onto Adonis Skittle, sorry. But Curly just has to be nice and patient to try and get this move back onto Rahman. He takes that section so much quicker. He's got the straight line speed, but no, he doesn't have the straight line speed, and I'm wrong. Let's go to Persbear. So he is just attempting to follow Marshall. Oh my, that was a huge snap. There's been a lot of position changes. Heavy has got the position onto Curly. Chartwell is still following this path. Chartwell has been one busy man this race.
Yeah, Heavy anyway, he's actually sent down early. I don't have that he's been behind, but he actually sent down early.
Got Rahman is also gaining here. Rahman down into turn 1. He's deployed all his battery to try and get this move onto Danny Mosquito. And Mosquito's gone sailing off.
Oh, Effie as well, going around the outside and then on the inside. Oh, Kevin's gone off.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything from that. I think it was a bit of a tank flapper. Apex and Rahman are getting a bit too close to each other. Both these teams are very closely compared to each other. I'm like real Aston Martin where they're driving so different than the yellow flag. Is that Curly?
I'm not too sure. Curly, Savant, Headley.
No, it was just Curly, I think. Apex is once again closing in on his teammate. Has to be some sort of team orders here if they are talking to each other. Rahman is just so slow in this sector. Has not got the downforce of another yellow flag. Rahman has been trying to defend here. Apex down inside the Aston Martin are having a little bit of a squabble into our stadium section, but Rahman does just back off for the minute. Gives the position to his teammate. Now Rahman and Hefty are going to fight. Down into turn 17. I've not seen a move here before. And that's because you can't go too wide. Hefty's going to have to go in and serve his drive-through penalty. Chartman has now got to run onto Rahman, who has not got a lot of battery to work with. Chartman is going for a lot of advantage, or 20% more battery. He just not has the speed. What more can you do there? Chartman down to has got a little bit of a lead onto Rahman. This takes way too much curve. Goes left, goes right, keeps it nice and tight. Can he get a better drive? No, he can, rather than running a very defensive setup here. Playing Cookie, he's also going to make a bit of a gain onto Nathan. We've got to keep an eye out on that. Chartman is really, really just trying to form any mistakes from both these Aston Martins. But right now, I would say there is no difference between the Slick and the Inter. Both these tyres seem pretty even.
Yeah, Hefty as well has made a huge as well. Seeing Hefty, while it was Chartman who was, not even Chartman who was on the corner, and then Hefty out of nowhere on the inside while
Okay, slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too
There you go.
fast. Reduce your pace.
There's a yellow flag which is going to also tyres back.
To the pits
Oh, there's a
at the
yellow
end of this
flag!
lap.
There's a safety car! Wow.
Oh, there's a bit of a bit late. Oh, we just got a penalty as well, I bet.
For a collision?
Yeah, on the
Perfect job on the turn in
No.
there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one.
Oh, I think it's gone straight back onto the mediums.
Yeah, I think the track is drying up.
Yeah, the track is definitely drying up. It is definitely drying down on the pit lane. So, yeah, I think this is now the crossover point. The rain has not stopped yet, but it is getting...
It's so light. Well, Spandon has got another opportunity to unlap himself here.
Yeah, it just depends how kind speed guys are at the front, so yeah, it's gotta have a bit of it. But, yeah, racing is racing.
Right, drop your
It should be
speed.
a
Our
pit
delta's
train right
too
for next
low. We're
year's
going to
game.
risk a penalty.
Let
Slow your
the
pace
lap car
immediately.
overtake under the safety car.
I absolutely agree with you.
It's not fair, and you can see in the middle sector, it's actually bone dry. The first part of the middle sector is bone dry.
Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now.
Yeah, it's just still a little bit damp.
And let's have a look at the pit lane. May and Plain Cookie and R12 are all going to go into the pit lane. What is May going to decide?
This is definitely the dry.
Yeah, drive, perfect. On takes the lead of the race. Ivy Whittle is pitting for the dries. Plain Cookie on the dry. They're all going for the slicks. No longer inters.
Yeah, this has been a very bizarre start. He's just waiting for him to get there, obviously, overtaking the safety car. Whipple, the policy today, it's on the hard side with Matt. Plain Cookie, I think his wins will wear out that quick. I don't think he can do that.
I think that, no, what is it, 19 laps or 18 laps with an extra lap safety car? I definitely think he can do it. For me, I think he can.
It's close, it's close. Actually, depending, if he goes to lap 20 of the safety car, then those readings will definitely make it to the end. But
Yeah, no, absolutely.
it's quite tight between now and, yeah, towards the end of the race, so we've got to do some mega car saving, which is going to end up like lap 18, 19. Maybe not lap 19, it's just a bit of a cheeky, one lap earlier pit stop, something like that. But yeah, it's just going to be so hard for those mediums to go to the end. Same with the end as well. I
Yeah.
think those mediums are going to be so hard to get to the end of. But yeah, we'll see what happens between now and the race, of course.
Yeah, so it will definitely be at least one more lap.
Okay,
Yeah,
slow down. Your
mediums,
delta's
they're
negative,
definitely
which
not
means you're going too
going
fast.
to
Reduce your pace.
7 laps in. But yeah, he's got a penalty as well, so that's going to really put him off. I think we'll get the end of lap 19, start of lap 20. Still a lot of work to do. Bandon's on the softs. I totally disagree why he's done that.
So who's on the soft, sorry? Spandon.
Bandon,
It's probably because he's run out of tyres.
rather than It's lapped anyway, so might as well just go for the fastest lap just in case. Thanks to 1 point, or even Purvis, I don't think he has to. Purvis has not had a win yet this season, so he's going to be really good. But yeah, we just Ripple doesn't have a Ripple this season as well. So it's tight. I don't know who's going to win it. Is it going to be the mediums or is it going to be the hard ones?
I think the one person that isn't going to be is Persbear. Those mediums are going to be extremely painful to drive on.
Don't be surprised if he gets like 10 snaps of oversteer in one corner.
It is going to be rough driving, I must say.
Ripple have done it before, in real life.
Yeah, I was going to say, have they?
Yeah, not in the game, especially. Not in tier 2.
I was actually doing I tried to do a full race, 100% race in Mexico, I thought. And the tyre wear is worse in full race than it, or is better in full race than it is 50%. But I just don't understand it. Like, why don't we keep it the same? Like, you can do 15 laps on a soft tyre in 100% race conditions. Am I stupid, or is it wrong?
Well, you can do 15 laps in 50%. You've got to do 16 laps to have 20 lap off.
Okay, let's catch up to the field a bit. We're dropping too far back.
It's stupid,
Remember, we need to
mate.
stay within 10 car lengths of the next car.
I don't get why, like last year, you could, in Portimao, I remember this so well, in Portimao you could do 18 laps on a soft tyre on last year's game.
Well, that's Portimao. Tracks are different, and obviously games are different as well, so...
Oh, Spaniard's crashed!
Well, we've got to wait for Heffy anyway to catch up, so it'll probably be...
Spaniard is out! So all that play Cook has to do now is score points. Finish, yeah? That's all he has to do.
Or score points here, you know. Because you never know, you could end up down in P12. But either way, we'll still be leading the championship.
Yeah.
Spandam has not had...
Is it the 4th DNF in a row for Spaniard? Is that true?
Yeah, no. Yeah, one in
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap.
No, Heffy will essentially get to the back, obviously, granted.
No, I actually changed my mind after 12 rounds of thinking Spandam will win the championship.
No, it is 4 actually. It is 4.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he crashed in Australia. Well, Heffy is essentially at the back of the pack now. But when will Persbear decide to go? Yeah, there we go. Oh, he's had a huge... He overrubbed his engine. Shane Cookie has got the jump onto May. May is... Yeah, that's fine. Ivy Whipple is going to have a go on both. Ivy Whipple, can he make the send? No, it's not enough. But he's still going to try and get a position on the plane Cookie. Whipple around the outside of 2 makes it stick.
Green flag.
Now he can press onto May. Whipple is putting his elbows out. And the gap is under a 10th. Is it another move down the inside? Yes, it is. Oh my! Whiffle! That is how you overtake. Late on the brakes, May does go off track a tiny bit. Chapman picks up a 3-second penalty. Now Whiffle can push on to the next one. Those cars will definitely last to the end of our Grand Prix. Plain Cookie is starting to close in as well. Onto May. He's just rode that car completely and got spun. I'm jealous. Chapman is having his like 10th battle with the Aston Martin.
That could be thoughts about it, but yeah.
That is true. That is a contender for Overtake of the Week. In both tiers now, we are running an Overtake of the Week, which will be posted on the GRL official TikTok account. So any overtakes that I've seen, or the drivers on the similar POV, they can send it into us, and we will either give it to them if that is anyone nominated for the week, or if there are numerous, we will decide, and they will be given a little reward for being a great overtaker and showing how great the league is. And Rahman gets the position onto I Marshall as well. That is pure straight line speed for the Aston Martin. So Whiteful, if you're listening, mate, send that in to overtake for the week, or I will do it for you. Because that is.
Go on.
Nah, you're talking, man. You're
Oh, okay. Well, Whittle, just to say, just basically did a thing from
I've just seen Chartman try to go once again down the inside, and he's just smashed into Apex's rear. Not been a pretty successful race for Chartman, I must say. We're pretty struggling. Just the first overtake is completely fine. It's the second one where he's just trying to close the gap, and Fowler's overtake he is he's really struggling. No front down to the spin. That's the one. Oh, that curve, is that curve again? There's that curve, I swear to God.
DRS has been enabled.
It definitely
DRS
is.
is now
Plain
enabled.
Cookie is now on the back of Ivy Whittle as well. But oh my, Dave Carr is very fast on the straight line. He's almost going 50 or 10 miles per hour quicker than Plain Cookie. That is baffling.
Well, he's going 201 miles an hour, 202 miles an hour on the straight, and he's probably going 198 miles an hour.
Yeah, I think it was 195 at the end.
But as long as Whipple's still inside that 3-second margin of Herbestar, he'll be a new GRL winner.
Another Giro winner. So just the two DNFs so far, which are Spandon and True Loki, which is quite unfortunate for them both. Plain Cookie once again closing it onto me. Plain Cookie will definitely gain through this sector. May have not got the downforce for this, but on the straight he flies, and here we go, battery. And DRS may pick up another 3-second penalty. He is pushing as much as possible through that sector. The penalties are, it's just 3 for Puzbear, 6 for May, then 5 for Apex, 3 for Hetty, and Charman, and 9 for Savant. As we just go back onto our tyres, Puzbear is still leading our Grand Prix, but 12 lap mediums and the penalty. Not going to end too well for him. Marshall is now on the back of Rahman. These Aston Martins have been pretty perilous in their defending today, I must admit. Marshall is not going to push too much. Rahman's just going to fly ahead. That Aston Martin is showing a lot of pace today. Rahman once again. Oh, sorry, no, chart. I keep saying the R. They've got RRL Apex, RR3 Chartman, and Rahman. It's very much confusing me. But Charman has been in between these Aston Martins all day. He's just stayed behind them, cannot find a way through. Plain Cookie once again is gaining, but this time he feels a bit closer to May. He does hug that turn 9 a bit too much, maybe just takes it a bit wider than you probably should. So it is just going to ruin a chance for an overtake. Marshall, oh, Pazquez picked up another 3 seconds. Oh, that could be handing the win to Ivy Whipple as long as there's no other via virtual safety cars or anything. Rahman goes off the track, going up to our turn 13 into our heavy chicane through our grandstand. About 40,000 Mexicans sitting in that car. Well, not specifically Mexicans, but oh, Ivy Marshall does lose it a bit. Fans all cheering on for the Red Bull or the Alfa Romeo or whoever they are cheering on for. But this is going to go straight to the line. May is massively gained onto Ivy Whittle, but DRS is now enabled. This could be the move for May. Chartman is also gaining on Apex once again through turn 2. No space for Chartman, and struggling through that turn all day long. May is absolutely rapping in the straight line. I might have to ask for a setup after this race. Chartman all rear ends Apex. Oh, I've got to admit, Chartman has been pretty unlucky with these Aston Martins today.
Lucky with Hamilton now.
but that is not a brilliant sight. As a Charman going through the first initial overtaking, he's pinpoint, but it's those second phases of the overtaking he cannot make six. May does have six. Roman's retired. There's another safety car. Now this could be crucial for Persbear. There we go in the pit lane. Does Ivy Whittle want to pit? No, he doesn't. Persbear is now in our pit lane. Probably for a medium? A soft? Yeah, there is a pretty good. The double stack is pretty well timed, in all fairness.
Yeah. But the one thing I hate with Pickle is they literally just go in and then they just like Sonic and just run out straight away.
Okay, let's catch up to the field a bit. We're dropping too far back. Remember, we need to stay within 10 car lengths of the next car.
He's got to salvage some points for Aston Martin now. They've had a good Grand Prix tonight, but it's just really shit.
Oh, that's not good news for Ivy Whittle. Ivy Whittle has yellow front wing damage.
Oh.
I don't think it's how long has it been like this for Whittle? Has it been like past few laps or has it been the whole time? Where was he near playing cookie?
Yeah, he weren't gaining on purpose, so that's why that's why he's been losing the
The
time.
last safety car, that was what, lap 13? If I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken?
Well, he's doing well.
I called Ivy Whittle that playing cookie road check him, but obviously that would go to the stewards, there was nothing involved in that. Also, he couldn't see the incident. But if that is true, Whittle has obviously just made his day a little bit harder. A bit of front wing damage. I don't think it's really hindering his pace. Behind him he has got a few penalties to work with. A 6 and a 3, he's probably on the better tyre as of now. Maybe Persbear can put up a bit of a fight later on in these laps with a soft tyre, but he's on like 6 seconds of penalty. All that Ivy Whittle has to do now is time his restart well, build up maybe a second gap, don't get a penalty. That is all Ivy Whittle has to do. I'd rather be on a 9 lap hard than a 9 lap medium. That's the way I see it.
Right, let's
Heffy is into our pit lane, which will probably be a soft tyre, I assume. No, a medium tyre. Yeah, the medium and the soft can go pretty hand in hand right now, to be fair. Not really too much of a difference. Also, the soft will have a bigger impact at the start of their stint, but maybe just in the how can we like at the end of the stint, probably lap 7 or 8, it will start to fade out a bit. So the medium will take a bit of an advantage, but nothing much.
Well, here's the thing for Whittle. Well, he's on 17 laps of fuel remaining and 10 laps of, 11 laps of fuel remaining. Yeah, he's on 17 laps of fuel left. Should have been wonderful.
Yeah, definitely. But Mexico is pretty hard to predict on the fuel.
Yeah, especially with all these safety cars, you don't know. Well,
Definitely.
So that's really the only place they can draw safety cars unless you make contacts with someone. But yeah, the S section is the only place where you can really bottle everything.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature. Remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
But let's hope for a very good restart, like side by side into turn 1, something like that.
Maybe not for Ivy Whittle, for his own sake, but definitely some clean racing with 10 laps to go would be a nice sight. But Whittle just has to time this well, and to be honest, he managed to he caught May on the bend, so he couldn't get the power down. That is how you do it. Whittle's not really been in this situation before, but Persbear is probably going to make his first overtake. Easy as that. Played cookie. Marshall's probably overtaking both Red Bulls. That is brutal.
Incredible but brutal at the same time.
Absolutely.
You have a 1 second lead
All
over
that
the car behind
Whittle for now just has to make sure he doesn't do anything. Chapman has found himself in the P3 somehow. I thought he was P7 at one point, but now he's up in the P3. Also, those mediums are going to be a bit warm. He's struggling to keep the pace, but because Persberg is right on his tail. Hunting for his first Giro win. And Chapman's going around the outside of no way. Yeah, no chance. He's broken way too late. Yeah, that's the right thing from Chapman. Just back out, get back in this slot. She picked up a 3-second penalty in the process.
Chapman's been quiet today.
Yeah, but he's been the opposite of quiet. He's been battling with the Aston Martin all the time.
Well, I haven't really looked at it today.
I think I've watched him the most, and all they're not really given a lot of space there from Chapman. Let's see what the pace of this Red Bull is like. Come on, Persberg, let's see how much pace he's got. So much of that Red Bull engine, definitely seems like it. Curly isn't really gaining. The blue is gaining. Persberg, he's just gonna fly past Chapman. P3 for the Red Bull. Chapman not gonna fight if those softs are taking advantage. Chapman did have a little lunge, not really a lunge, just a little jump scare on the Persberg, but nothing can come of it. Plain Cookies now on the back of him also. DRS will be enabled next lap. Whittle still up front and the holding with no penalties. That is the crucial bit here. Persberg is flying, but he's flying with 6 seconds worth of penalties. And Persberg's gonna, no way is Persberg gonna make this stick around the outside into the S. No, not enough. Bruce, I've just read your mind, mate. Just read your mind. Didn't even see the message until before I did it. Persberg once again is still following onto the AlphaTauri. Still nothing, the yellow flag, and that is Savant, I believe. Chapman getting very, very close to the Red Bull. Persberg is just desperate to get ahead. Whittle is still pushing on. These hard tyres seem to be doing okay. 6 seconds worth of penalty for 3, 4, 5th and 4th position. Plain Cookie also on a 3 second. Whittle is doing a bit of weaving, probably a bit too much for my liking, it does not matter too much. Persberg is on the back of May. He is gaining, but he's also not so huge a battery. Plain Cookie gets a position. Onto Chapman down into turn 1. Chapman is going to try to send it into turn 2 once again, though he's not. I think he's learned his lesson. Not really a lot of success going for him at that point. May is still following onto the back of Whittle here. Whittle just making sure nothing can be done on that straight line. Persberg is right behind him. This is the threat to Whittle. If he can get ahead of May, he will be right on the back of Whittle. Whittle has, Persberg has so much more traction coming out of every turn. It's kind of incredible to watch. May is slow in this section as well. This depends on the launch Persberg can get, and he's gone wide in doing so. Yeah, absolutely. Persberg tries to go down the inside, nothing from it. May picks up another 3 seconds in the act of defending from Persberg, breaks a bit too late. Yeah, all these drivers getting penalties. This is effectively handing the race win to Ivy Whittle. May on 9 seconds. We'll see him drop down a lot of position. But Persberg is going for this with 7 laps to go. They're both going to have a go at Ivy Whittle here, maybe. Whittle with a slick duck down this straight. And there's a car from Persberg, but he's straightened himself up. He's straightened them up, but Persberg, that is not good at all. That is, but luckily, I feel so bad. Whittle's just going to try and hold it from Chapman. That front wing damage is not doing him too nicely. That's a huge, what is going on?
Oh no!
Oh, I don't know what's happening.
It's going absolutely wild. Everything's just kicking off at the moment.
Oh, Chapman was going for a move on to Whittle. Persberg started this whole incident. He rear-ended Ivy Whittle. Chapman gets a 5 seconds, and he just got, yeah.
That move was illegal, I'm afraid, mate. Return the position, give it back.
Whittle still winning. He's obviously 1.8 behind.
Oh.
So there's a good chance Whittle can still win this, but you know the Red Bull's straight on speed. is something else. I can't lie, it's absolutely something else. And we're of course going to try and weave again, like the Max Verstappen in 2021 in Abu Dhabi. We tried to cover off Lewis Hamilton, but this is the F1 game, and Chapman has retired in the pit lane.
Yeah, he just wanted to get this race. That was not great at all, to be perfectly honest with you.
Apex getting ahead of Ian as well. But Whiffle's got a compromise because Plain Cookie is chasing him down for P2.
I'm very surprised that Chapman just didn't let Ivy Whiffle get ahead. Obviously, he was the main victim from that.
And as well, Herbisar has he's binned it. Or he's kept it out of the wall. I wouldn't say binned it, but such a shame for Whiffle though.
I mean, he's kept it on the road and he's still in more than contention. He should just let Plain Cookie by here, to be honest. That's in my opinion. He should just let Plain Cookie by. Stay behind him, keep getting that DRS.
Yeah, 'cause he's going to lose so much time.
Oh my god.
No! Whiffle. Oh, more contact. Oh, it's such a shame for Whiffle. He did so well to that. He's got to lose a race win like that. And Plain Cookie will come straight back in anyway for P4. We're side by side. But I think the DRS is... No, the DRS ain't even helping because Whiffle also has the DRS, but you can see Apex has it. But it all depends on the penalties. You can see now, what the penalties.
Oh
so
my.
So Apex. Yeah. Shame really for...
I've never been more of a fan of Ivy Whiffle right now. Carlsberg's going to get the position onto the Ferrari of Danny Mosquito.
That is so hurt,
I feel so sorry for Ivy Whiffle. But both these Red Bulls have just caused misery to the heart of Ivy Whiffle.
Oh,
Plain Cookie once again is going to try and run the outside. He's run off the track in doing so.
yeah, we're making a bit more contacts.
Oh, Whiffle!
Oh,
Marshall has spun. Now, this changes. Game on for Ivy Whiffle.
come on, Whiffle.
Those soft tyres are going to be drowning. Carlsberg gets a position on his teammate. This is not over for Ivy Whiffle.
Whiffle, come on, defend.
No, he's going to lose this position, I think. No, he's not. There's been a bit of contact with Carlsberg. Nothing too serious, but to be honest. Fella.
Come on, Whiffle.
He is gaining. He is really gaining. Plain Cookie once again is going to attack him. The switch to the inside does not break late enough. Just keep it nice and contact free. Whiffle is going to get the better exit. But Plain Cookie is not done here. Down the inside. Whiffle breaks nice and late. That is good driving from them both. Whiffle is now losing time due to this battle with the Bulls.
Yeah, he's got to hope for something now, Whiffle.
He has to hope the Bulls fight each other. That's it. He has to hope they fight each other. Plain Cookie once again is having a go. Whiffle just cannot hold off these Red Bulls. They are so fast. The tyre life is just...
The two Red Bulls are finally fighting. More contacts, but yeah.
Now Whiffle's managed to pull away a bit again here. But in doing so has lost him about 8/10 of a second. Carlsberg has got the position onto his teammate. Whiffle is hoping these tyres of Apex can just die off.
Well, he's got a bang hope that he spins.
9 lap soft cannot be a fun time, but once again these Red Bulls are on the back of him. Carlsberg picks up another 3 seconds.
You know, I think Whiffle would be very happy with P2.
No, not at all. I will not be happy if I was him right now. He had this race win in the bag.
Yeah, I do agree on that one. But as well, 18 points in the bag is still for P2, but those extra entry with what 7-6. Oh, there's more contact. Just blasted off.
Oh, it's per bizarre, isn't it? It's not purge there. So rarely. Shut up. Ivy Whittle picks up the 3 seconds, and that is the race over for him. Nothing short of a miracle right now.
Yeah, it's just between May and Apex now.
And do you know what? I'm absolutely gutted for Ivy Whittle. I'm absolutely gutted. I feel so bad for him.
And Purvisar is going to come down straight and it's going to get even more hard.
There we go. I mean, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, but like the finish on track 3. Oh wow, Purvisar with a tank, massive tank tackle there. And Bank of it. Oh, he's just turning into a rally race now.
Yes, it's getting very dangerous. The Red Bull side by side. There's a lot of collisions here. And also, I'm not sure it's what's happening, but Purvisar is going to try and go for the wide line and tuck himself next to that car to get the drive out of the corner. But a good point from Curly. Well, anyway, I think Curly is apparently in the net podium right now.
Oh yeah, you are right.
He is right now on the podium.
Wow. We didn't expect that.
Right now it would be.
Well, obviously we didn't expect. Well, I'm trying to get the words right.
And Whittle's now picked up 6 seconds of penalty also. He may not even get onto the podium. And it's our final lap.
Curly, is he going to make the pain?
Curly has to just keep it clean. He's back on the podium in an eventful race to say the least.
I think he's just got to keep him cool and calm till the end. He can't make any mistakes regardless, and he will be your race winner for Mexico. Will he be a 2-time winner now?
Yes, he will be if he makes it stick, then yeah.
Or Mike could be a 2-time winner, I think, as well, so yeah. It's just so
I think right now it would be Curly P3, Whittle P4. Let's go on to the on the track race winner is currently May, but let's follow Apex. If he can just keep it clean to this section, quickly picked up another 3 seconds. Right now, Apex has survived the S's. I think this will be another day for Aston Martin, who has been a very, very busy man in between his own teammate and Chartman coming through the grandstand. The fireworks will be going off. Those Mexican fans of all over the nation, they are going off for RRL Apex. Everyone feels bad for Ivy Whittle. Commiseration, but in Mexico City, Apex is your Mexican Grand Prix winner. May in P2, Curly back on the podium in Tier 2. That's back-to-back P1, P3 for WTL Curly. Marshall into P4 alongside his brother. And obviously commiserations to Ivy Whittle, who frankly got robbed. I feel so bad for Ivy Whittle. Yeah, and I'm saying Ivy Whittle's my driver of the day. I don't care. I think Ivy Whittle deserves that so much.
I've got a Mr. Good rundown because I've literally got another race in 2 minutes to go to. So.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, so you're missing Tier 1, I see how it is.
Yeah. But,
no, don't worry. I'm joking.
But yeah, I've enjoyed tonight. So yeah, let's hope we can have a better scrap next week.
Yeah, absolutely. I will see you later, mate.
Yeah.
Good luck. Where are you racing tonight?
Dry line Mason League.
Have fun with that, mate.
Alright. See you later.
And there we go. Yep, Ivy Whittle, definitely my driver of the day. And, well, anyway, you're wrong. It is not a different winner. We have a new 2-time winner in Apex, I think. You are the stats man, but I think you're wrong for once. I think Apex has won a race. No, Apex have not won a race! Apex is a new Grand Prix winner. That is 12 in 13. Apex, a new winner. I'm sorry, Apex, I thought you won a race before. Is a new winner in Tier 2. May in second place. Is still trying to push for that championship. But Curly is back on the podium with the McLaren. And his teammate and Loki did not have a good race. Marshall, his brother, just holding up right behind him. Apex with the quali ban also wins at a very eventful Mexico City. David Mosquito in 6th place. It is a Red Bull 7-9 playing cookie, just pipping his teammate of Purbear or Purbazar or whatever. Hefty in 8th place on his debut, and you are more than welcome to join us as well, mate, for